It is absurd, and they're going after our children. I mean, we see what's happening in schools. They're trying to normalize this idea that gender is fluid and that you can be whatever you want to be. And that definitely flies in the face of science, but they are definitely trying, the left is trying to normalize this, so much so that it does really tear at the fabric of our nation, our values. Here in America, we have a First Amendment right. I am appalled when I look that just across the ocean here, in the UK, folks who speak out are facing prison time. I mean, it's, on their social media account, and it's not a threat. They're just speaking their opinion. If people don't think that that can happen, that can come here to America, then you're disillusioned, because look at how they're just little by little sort of chipping away at the fabric of our nation and making those who have beliefs that are often rooted in religious beliefs. They're really ostracizing all of us from society. What steps can people take to really push back against what you describe as a malicious dissembling of culture?
Right. And what's interesting, it's a good analogy because it's kind of a little frightening, but what they're doing to us, it's like boiling a frog. This is an analogy that people have used, where you can put a frog in a pan of water, and you very slowly turn up the heat. And the frog doesn't know that it's being cooked. And it's because it just happens not quickly. It happens over a long period of time. And the heat gets turned up more and more and more. And by the time you realize, if you're the frog, that it's too late. It's too late. And that's what the left is doing to Western culture. That's what the left is doing to people of faith. It's what the left is doing to American culture. Slowly but surely, slowly turning up the heat. And then we turn around and we see what we've got as an example right now. Children being transitioned to a new gender without parents being told, by state agents who are acting as teachers. You're right, in England, as having been on the left, it was always clear that if you wanted to know what the left was doing, is that they used San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York, and London as the petri dishes to implement policies. And so just a few days ago, a man was sentenced to 20 months in jail. It's on my X/Twitter feed, because he on Facebook had complained about the illegal immigrants and the immigrant crime that was happening. And he was arrested and he was put into jail. He was just sentenced to jail for 20 months. If we had a normal administration here, we would be condemning that. Now, they don't have our Constitution, but my goodness, this is a free country, right? England, as the monarchy is symbolic, of course, but it's a parliamentary system that is based on democracy. And people are this is the experiment. They want you to get used to, it's an increasing of the heat, get used to this new step. So, of course, it's already in many ways here. We're hearing from people because of the candidacy of Walz with Harris, one woman who was put into jail during COVID because she wouldn't shut down her business. But now we're looking back, and many things we're seeing were unconstitutional, but it takes years for us to move through that system. Right. And in the meantime, government moves through and does it. For us, I think what we have to do, first of all, is recognize what's happening, is being aware, like this conversation, having the conversation that this is not normal. It is not what the American people want. If it was, Kamala Harris wouldn't be changing all of her positions. If this was so great, why is everyone on the left pretending that they're not who they are? That's your first clue. But I think that what it comes down to also is courage, realizing that the fear that they put us through and the threats of this are meant to have us retreat. But it's about getting to, like AMAC members, gathering with people that you can relate to, recognizing whether you're a person of faith or not, or whatever your faith, is that it's anyone who looks to a higher power other than the government. That has always been the threat. That if you're looking to God for guidance, as people of faith understandably do. That's the threat to government control. This is why in the Soviet Union and other the fascist and communist nations outlawed the church and removed it. It was a matter of making people afraid to not look at certain political leaders as the be all and end all. So it's about trusting you, reacquainting yourself with your values, reminding yourself you are not, and I think it's a pledge, a decision to not allow strangers to control what you think of yourself, to not believe the lies from the left that your children can't trust you, that they can trust other strangers, that you are a racist or that you are a bigot. None of that is true. And it's a matter of making a decision to not accept it.